Hey guys, this is a massive, and I mean truly massive update on the Logan Paul versus CoffeeZilla lawsuit. The update is 20 pages on itself and has multiple attachments, many of them filed under seal, meaning we probably will never ever have them released. But it has 14 different attachments, and the overall stay case and transfer case itself is quite long. We also see text messages from Logan Paul, which indicate that he is only suing CoffeeZilla to punish him and to prevent other people from saying bad things about him. And this would be very bad for Logan's case. But the overall objective here would be to wait until Attorney Tom's case is done, and because there's overlap. So what happened was Attorney Tom, there was a text dialogue between CoffeeZilla and Attorney Tom. That text dialogue was redacted. A large portion of that was redacted. Logan Paul wanted to see under the redaction, and the court looked at the documents and agreed with CoffeeZilla that they should be redacted. And in doing so, it gave them momentum for this, which is the defendant's motion to transfer and stay proceedings. So there's one question about the court, right? The first to file, and that would be Attorney Tom. And then there's another question about who and when, who should go first, and should we stay the case, meaning freeze the case, until the first case is over with, because a lot of the fact-finding and discovery may be the same. Or the Holland case. So the Holland case, I believe Holland is that police officer. That is the crypto zoo case with Attorney Tom. Would it make sense for that case to resolve itself first, for Logan Paul to focus on that case, whether or not win or lose? The facts may be very similar. Interesting, right? We also get our first look at some of these more bizarre text messages from Logan Paul, and they are sort of bizarre. This is the first time I've seen them in this context, and when you add them all together, it does seem like Logan Paul is trying to silence CoffeeZilla because, and let's be fair, CoffeeZilla has not mentioned Logan Paul's name for a long time. Therefore, maybe he did silence CoffeeZilla. Maybe he got exactly what he wanted to do. But a lot of this is, some of it is redacted. It's a 20-page write-up. We can cover this. If you guys have any interest in this, this whole page is redacted. If you have any interest in this case, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, and we can cover it from the very beginning until the very end. We have all the case document. We have all the case files. We have all the pending up. They are updating this MF like crazy. Like, I'm surprised they're updating this almost or every week, starting the beginning of this year. This update is kind of huge. It has the April 15th. Let me just tell you what happened on April. Well, why don't we go to April 14th, right? So there was the order on motion for protective order and order on motion to quash. That's the text message exchange from Attorney Tom and CoffeeZilla. So the judge was able to look at all the documents in that case that were redacted and say, oh, they should be redacted. We're not going to let Logan see this. Then on April 15th, that was on the 14th, and then on the 15th, there was extension of time to file response and reply. April 15th, pre-trial disclosures. Okay, that's important. And then April 15th, there's this document, stay case and transfer. The reason that this document has so many different attachments or exhibit, it goes from exhibit A, B, C, D, E, all the way to O, with all A, B, C, and I filed under seal. So then there was the April 15th motion to leave to file sealed documents, and then the order on motion for extensive time to file response reply. So this is obviously, it's going to take a long time to review this. There are 15 different attachments on a 20-page document. What the main gist of this document is hey, there's already another lawsuit regarding CryptoZoo, where Logan Paul's the defendant. Oh, here's the interesting part that I did not. So I'm just going to read the yellow. Defendant's false and materially misleading statements appeared in press releases, CryptoZoo's website, online chat rooms, or forums. Were designed and did entice. Oh, we also talk about Dink Doink. So if you guys don't remember that, that was a crypto project that Logan Paul initially did, the Dink Doink project. So I was surprised to see that here as well. Were designed to and did entice the public into purchasing unregistered securities, which were nothing more than a vehicle for the individuals, fraudulently promoting and selling products that did not function as advertised, failing to support the CryptoZoo project, and manipulating the digital currency, exploit and steal from plaintiffs and other customers who trusted Paul's representations. I appreciate the yellow thing. So here, Paul, Strobe, Levin, Bentoff filed motions to dismiss the First Amendment complaints for different reasons. Holland. Now we get into something a little weirder, right? Now we are going to go into Holland, right? For CoffeeZilla to have the best chance of winning. Holland, it's attorney Tom's case. He needs to win. Mr. Paul intends to seek third-party discovery from CoffeeZilla on an expedited basis with specific regards to his communication with plaintiff's counsel and potential violations of court's local rules. So at this point in time, things are going to get very expensive with the depositions. We know there's one in New Jersey. We know there's supposed to be one in Ohio. For your legal team to travel up there, it is quite expensive. So why not wait until Attorney Tom's lawsuit is over, see if you can salvage any information from that, which would be public. Oh, this is the interesting part. Paul's own message with friends and associates explicitly confirmed his motive to punish CoffeeZilla and make him a cautionary tale to other critics. I think CoffeeZilla is very brilliant when it comes to this particular part. Paul, lawyering up, suing this MFer into the ground. Friend, then everything will come out. Court docs public. Yeah, that is true. The friend, what is he saying? Paul, so everyone will see what happened, for better, or well, I guess we'll read the rest of the text. For better or worse. Friend, to let others know it's 2019's not worth coming at you. Friend, you 2019s, there's a price to pay. It's probably some type of emoji. Is that like emoji or is that like a code like theirs? Okay, it's probably apostrophe. That's the idea. Need to shut it down. This sounds like some villain talking. So Logan Paul in his private texts to his friend sounds like this. It is a little bit weird, right? It kind of sounds like a James Bond villain, right? Public humiliation is always more effective, friend said. Totally agreed, Paul says. Oh, yikes. I mean, holy moly. I cannot wait to see more of these text messages because they're so funny. And you know, we haven't seen CoffeeZilla's text messages quite yet, but I'm sure it'll be pretty interesting to look at. Just to make his life difficult. Zilla will pay one way or another. Doesn't this sound like some comic villain, right? Like it's just way over the top. Something that like you just maybe that should be my thumbnail. Zilla will pay one way or another. I'll make sure of it. Yeah, that's got to be the apostrophe, so it's probably not an emoji. I'll make sure of it. It's pretty weird, right? It is pretty bizarre to see these text messages. When Paul's friends tried to talk him off the ledge, stating, "Bro, you're a billionaire," implying Paul does not need to spend his time trying to punish CoffeeZilla, Paul responded that he is a petty billionaire. Jesus. Oh man. And then he admits that CoffeeZilla would have a difficult time if Paul would win paying judgments because he's not as rich as Logan Paul. Paul says, I want people who wrong me to suffer. while I continue getting wins on their grave. Yeah, this is bizarre. I don't know where we can go from here. It's just the more text I see from Logan Paul, the more comedy elements. I sometimes think this is kind of comedic, the performance, because like, who says this stuff to their friends in private? I get it, he's a WWE fighter and he's got to put on a good show, and he has put on a good show wherever he's really gone. But, like, who says this stuff? And why? And now it's all coming out in court. There's so much redacted stuff that would be so interesting to see. Okay, so here we go. The X post was intended to convey and was understood by readers of ordinary intelligence as conveying the factual accusations that Paul created CryptoZoo, engaged in a financial scam, i.e. fraudulent financial conduct. So on and so on. Video referred to CryptoZoo as a scam created by Logan Paul of intentionally defrauding individuals who bought egg NFTs as zoo tokens by referring to those people as his, Logan Paul's, victims. Yeah, the video was titled Logan Paul's Refund. In the video, Feinstein accused Paul of orchestrating a massive con, referred to Paul as a serial scammer, and referred those who bought zoo tokens or CryptoZoo eggs NFTs as people he, Logan Paul, scammed. The statements at issue were in all respects literally true. That's not bad. In summary, this suit and the Holland suit involved the same Logan Paul scam, the same allegations regarding Paul's involvement, and much of the same witnesses and evidence. The cases therefore satisfy the first to file rule because they substantially overlap. Yeah, so basically the case really breaks down here whether or not, and this would be a huge win. So if the court agrees with CoffeeZilla, and I think it's a pretty valid point, why double dip, right? And even Logan Paul himself, like, it basically kind of is a trap almost. They kind of trapped Logan Paul into being, oh, hey, these two are conspiring against me, and one of them is currently suing me on an exactly related case about CryptoZoo, and that would be Attorney Tom. I think it is a very interesting place to be, and I say that because if Attorney Tom can do the heavy lifting, if Attorney Tom can go to court, battle on your behalf, battle for you, you will save a shit ton of legal fees. And if he wins, that is very, very good for you. So it's not exactly the same as like criminal versus civil, because again, one of them is criminal. But it's more or less that Attorney Tom and CoffeeZilla have been working together. That's much is known. If Logan Paul loses the CryptoZoo lawsuit with Attorney Tom, it seems more and more like it that there would be a truth defense available to CoffeeZilla that would be very expensive for him to pursue. So why not let Attorney Tom battle it out with, and it doesn't cost you any money, right? So you just pause your lawsuit here. This is a very, very expensive lawsuit, and it's obvious that Logan Paul is quite wealthy, and one of the reasons he's doing this is, again, not saying anything that Logan Paul himself is not saying, but it does seem like there is an element of trying to punish CoffeeZilla for speaking out against him, and to almost so here's the really good thing. Paul was involved in other cryptocurrency and NFT related rug pulls. So this is a Holland case, Attorney Tom's case. In the defamation case, CoffeeZilla referred to Paul as a serial scammer. So this includes Dink Doink, Liquid Marketplace. Oh, wow. We get the mention of Liquid Marketplace. That has been a while since CoffeeZilla has mentioned that. I thought that was like a slam dunk for CoffeeZilla to make a video on. But understanding that, yes, he is currently in a lawsuit, probably best to stay away from making videos about the people that you're in a lawsuit with. Just, staying out there. I don't know if there's any other YouTubers who constantly make videos about the person they're currently in a defamation or previously were in a defamation lawsuit about. But a CoffeeZilla is smart, and the difference between CoffeeZilla and I think Carl Jobs is night and day in terms of how they're handling it. Again, one of them has strictly avoided, even though it would be very easy for him to slam dunk. So he's well aware. I'm sure CoffeeZilla probably has already made a video on Liquid Marketplace. It's a slam dunk because the Canadian government has done all the heavy lifting, right? But they've done it against the Canadian citizens, whereas Logan Paul is not. But yeah, it does not look good for Liquid Marketplace. Liquid Marketplace is where they were supposedly you're going to buy fractional ownerships of Logan Paul's Pikachu Illustrator card, the exact same Pikachu Illustrator card he is now trying to sell. So how does that work? I don't know. And a lot of what Liquid Marketplace it was just a way to bring money for the owners to just buy whatever they want: luxury goods, luxury cars, luxury hotels, and so on. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this case. If it gets, let's say 100 upvotes, maybe we do a live stream on this case. I think it is fascinating, and it may be a while until conclusion, especially if Logan Paul loses this, right? Loses this particular element of the case, which would then pause his lawsuit against CoffeeZilla until the resolution of the lawsuit against him by Attorney Tom for CryptoZoo. Anyway, let me know. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you can. We're trying to do that type of thing now on the channel. Bye, guys.